Hey guys, I'm Hooky Knight 19, and today I want to go over how I was able to beat Ornstein and Smough for the first time. So, the problem I found with a lot of these boss tutorials is they show you how the bosses move and when to dodge and damage, which is extremely helpful. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think, for me at least, I needed to know what type of weapons to use, because this was my first playthrough of Dark Souls, and using the right weapon can definitely make a boss fight 10 times easier. So my suggestion of what weapon you should use is the Crystal Halberd. You might find better weapons. I know that the Grave Lord's sword is pretty good against it too, but I used the Crystal Halberd because of the convenience. So, since I didn't know like the Drake sword would be awful after the halfway of the game, I didn't know that I had to change my weapon, so I came here. And since you didn't unlock warping ability yet with the bonfires, you're stuck here. And I do not want to go through Sen's Fortress again. So an easy weapon to get really close to the boss is actually the Crystal Halberd, which is what I'm holding right now. The Crystal Halberd has very decent damage, and for halfway through the game, it could take you pretty much to end game as long as you don't break it. Where I got it from is actually over here though, so I'm gonna run over here. So as you see, there's a chest back here, and that's what holds the Crystal Halberd. But there will be two giant knight looking boys over here. They are pretty hard to kill. You could just dodge under them, grab the Crystal Halberd, and run away. That is what I did. I'm not gonna lie. Or you could try to fight them like the true Dark Souls players that you guys are. Anyway, though, when you pick up the Crystal Halberd, I leveled it up twice, and it did enough damage for the boss fight for me. But I mean, you can always level it up more. Even at its base, it's still pretty decent damage. So if you don't have the Titanite to level it up, don't worry, you should be good to go. When you first enter the fog gate, Ornstein can do two things. He can charge at you, like as you see here, bam. You see this? He's charging at you. This is a great opportunity to get a couple of hits in him. One, he's super far away from Smough. Two, you guys are secluded. It's easy to dodge his first attack, this pounce or whatever he does here, and then you can get 3 hits in. And since the Crystal Halberd is +3, it's going to do massive damage to his health bar. So take advantage of this. The other option he might do is he might stay back and then just run at you. If that happens, it sucks, but then you're just going to have to wait and try to bait him out again. Okay, so right here, if you look at Ornstein, this is a major tell that is crucial for the first phase. When you see him spin his staff like that, that means he's about to do his charge forward thing that he did in the beginning. This is, again, a great time, like in the beginning. He's going to be away from Smough, and you can get damage in him. So watch when he twirls his staff. That means he's gonna come lunge forward at you, and that's a great opportunity. Make sure you're vigilant. I do recommend not locking on to any of the enemies and keeping them both in your sight like this, because sometimes when you lose sight of one of them, it could spell disaster for you. So Ornstein's charge, you just saw it there. That is one of his most devastating attacks. When he does that, just try to get a pillar in between you and him, or back up. Sometimes he'll just run into a rock and swing, or the pillars are a really good way of blocking that attack. So you're about to see why not being patient is a bad idea. So I try to go for too many hits and watch what happens. I get hit by him and Smough gets way too close. That could have been bad. So 1 or 2 hits is the max. You're not going to get 3. 3 is very hard to pull off. Get 2 and then get out of there. Okay, so when you see Ornstein charge up with the lightning, this can mean one of 2 things. So either if you're far away from him, he's going to throw a lightning bolt at him. The easiest way to dodge that is to either walk to the side or dodge behind a pillar. That's what I usually did. Or, if he's charged up and he's decently close to you, he could do a lunging attack. Now the lunging attack does way more damage than it normally does because it now has lightning increased, obviously. So, make sure, if you are a far distance away like I am here, he's just going to throw a lightning bolt at him, and the tracking is not very good, so you shouldn't worry too much about him. That is his only ranged attack, so that's the only thing you have to look out for when fighting them ranged on. Okay, so when Ornstein does charge like this, then I do lock onto him because I don't want to miss. Also, when you do kill Ornstein or Smough, whoever you choose to kill in the first phase, you want to do it more towards the fog gate where you came in, because when the second phase does happen, you Smough, he spawned at the very end of it, and if you kill them at the very end or the back of the boss arena, Smough's gonna be right on top of you, and that's gonna be a stressful time, I'll tell you that. But if you're more towards the front, you have breathing time, you can Estus, you can buff your weapon if that's what you've been doing. But yeah, so now we are in Super Smough, and I have a couple of tips for him too, but he's way easier than the two guys, so this should be a piece of cake. Okay, so Super Smough, he's got a couple of very good attacks to attack on that are easy to dodge. The only things that you should look out for is the charge and his butt slam. So the charge, what I did to negate that is I would strafe around a column, just one column, like I'm doing right now, and I wait for him to do one of his overhead slams with his hammer, or one of his swings. Afterwards, he might do a second swing, it's really rare. See, he does a charge, and the column just stops him, it's amazing. So you want to strafe around the column for the most of the part for the second boss fight, it makes it so much easier. What I recommend for his overhead slam, you can run in. Just stay a good distance away and then run in. You'll have enough time to get a hit in because it takes him a while to pick up his hammer. So it's a pretty safe way of getting hits in without taking damage. When Smough swings, I don't recommend trying to get a hit. He can occasionally do a second swing, so if you try to run in to get your hit in, he can hit you back, and man does he hit hard. So I just wait for one of his overhead slams. Those are way safer to get hits in. Okay, so I found myself in a position where I was too aggressive, and bam, I'm in the worst position you can be in this boss fight. If you find yourself in this position, don't worry guys, Hokey has got you. So basically, what you want to do, as he's charging, you want to dodge to the left as much as you possibly can. Since there's a column in my way, it's a little hard, but you gotta do that. So I dodge to the left, and he's just gonna whiff, he's gonna miss. And that's how you get out of this terrible situation. So basically, I got you guys. Okay, so now when you see him start to sparkle up like this, that means he's about to do his butt slam, his famous butt slam. So the best advice I can give for the butt slam is to run the exact opposite direction of where Smough is. I wasn't able to do this in this time, but you will see me do it successful later in the boss fight. But yeah, I think those are all the moves Smough has. So basically, just get him around that column, wait for him to do overhead slam with the hammer, get your one hit in. You gotta be really patient. It's gonna take a while. But don't worry guys, you can do it. I'm just going to show you how I did it. Here we go. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope my tips and guide were able to help you guys beat ONS. Leave a comment down below telling me how your experience with them has gone. I mean, this was fun to make, and beating them is, I mean, something that's awesome. So if I can help you guys get to that goal, I mean, I feel just good inside too. So yeah, can you just, I hate to say it, but can you guys subscribe? Just help me out a little bit. Leave a comment, ring the, click the little bell so that it lets you know when I make another one of my crappy videos. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you next time.